And now to more on that ceasefire deal in the war in Gaza, which comes after more than a year of war and many months of negotiations. The first phase of this deal is set to begin on Sunday, with Hamas releasing several of the nearly 100 hostages it still holds. And over the course of a 6-week pause in fighting, 33 hostages, including Americans, will be released in exchange for hundreds of Palestinian prisoners. Bauman now has more on the deal and reaction from families in our area.
Word of a ceasefire deal sparked celebrations in the streets of Gaza, while in Tel Aviv, Israelis anxiously await the return of hostages.
It's like a roller coaster.
Phase 1 of the deal stipulates 600 trucks a day carrying aid will come into Gaza. On Sunday, Hamas will release the first of 33 hostages, starting with 3 and continuing over 6 weeks, mostly women, children, and the wounded to start. In return, Israel will release more than 1,000 Palestinian prisoners from its jails. CBS News confirms one of the Americans set to be released in the first phase is Sagui Dekel-Chen.
The sooner that Sagui comes home, he can be reunited with his 3 little girls, one of whom he's never met. And she was born 2 months after the massacre in our home.
His father, Jonathan, says he feels cautiously optimistic.
Clearly, it took force of will from a combination of the Biden and the incoming Trump administration to get to this point.
Both the president and president-elect are taking credit for the long-awaited agreement.
The road to this deal has not been easy. I've worked in foreign policy for decades. This is one of the toughest negotiations I've ever experienced.
Donald Trump writing on social media, this epic ceasefire agreement could have only happened as a result of our historic victory in November. While the war is not over, many in New Jersey's Little Palestine of Paterson are hopeful.
We would like for peace to take place and remain forever.
Negotiations will resume on the 16th day of Phase 1 of the deal about the next set of exchanges of the remaining hostages for Palestinian prisoners.
Things could fall apart at that point if there's no agreement on the prisoners, on the numbers, or on the specific Palestinian prisoners to be released in exchange for specific hostages.
21-year-old Tenafly, New Jersey native Eden Alexander was last seen in a Hamas propaganda video last November.
We have to sit tight and see what is exactly happening and how soon we will see him.
This is really a deal with the devil.
And yet the parents of Omer Nutra, an IDF soldier from Long Island, say it is necessary, even though they learned late last year that their son had been killed.
He needs to come back so that he can get a proper burial, dignified burial that he deserves.
The agreement comes 467 days after Hamas's October 7th attack on Israel, when more than 1,400 people were killed or kidnapped. Since then, Hamas's health officials say Israel's retaliation has killed nearly 47,000 people. Bauman, CBS News, New York.
And we have much more on the ceasefire agreement, including more details of the deal and worldwide reaction on our website, cbsnewyork.com.